the doors wide, let the whole night in. We held our breath all week, now it ends right here, let it begin. The street pulls open and the long week looks right off of me. Gold pouring down on 1,000 of us moving free. Not one of us is heavy now. The bass walks up the spine. Reach for the shoulder right beside you. The night is ours tonight. Come on now, come on. Leave the long days at the door. There's a warmer dark out here, the one we've been aching for. Though the doors wide, we come alive. The weight off our backs, we leave it outside. Hands hit the air, feet hit the ground. Deep in the drum, it's the only home we found. Throw it all loose, let the load rise. We burn off the weed under wide open skies. Open, let it in. Wide, we begin. Throw it wide, let it fly. Deep in the drum where the nights run high. I walked out still wearing the year that held me like a fist. Left it on the doorstep a second, the warm light hit. Look around, a stranger's eyes catch mine across the same low end. Every one of us a little crack, not a single one alone again. Let the soft black over the rooftop, pull the weight clean off my chest. This is the most awake I've been in a year. I throw the doors and leave the rest. Come on now, come on, let the deep drum carry us on. Every door is open from right here. No going back from where we've gone. Throw the doors wide, we come alive. The weight off our backs, we leave it outside. Hands hit the air, feet hit the ground. Deep in the drums, the only home we found. Throw it all loose, let the low end rise. We burn off the weed under wide open skies. We burn it off tonight. Street after street, the doubt burns off like fog off the river at dawn. Whatever I feared in that locked room, I turned around and it was gone. Somebody's old speaker is playing a song that all of us still know. So we throw every word we got straight at the rooftops as we go. No plan, no block, just a whole bright lot of us. A beat in the street and a wide black sky thrown open above. Like it was built for us to keep. If you made it through the week, we made it, we made it. And the night out there runs 10 miles deep. So throw the whole worn out year in the air. And every door I kept shut is wide open now, right here alive. We come alive, the weight off our backs, we leave it outside. Hands hit the air, feet hit the ground. Deep in the drum, it's the only home we found. Throw it all loose, let the low end ride. We burn off the weed under wide open sky. Mornings while the drum won't stop. We hold the floor, we don't drop. Everybody, every beat, every stranger on their feet. We came in low, we leaving light. We throw it wide, we hold it tight. The code goes out, the one comes in. Right here is where we all begin. Throw the doors wide, we come alive. Weight off our backs, we leave it outside. Hands hit the air, feet hit the ground. Deep in the drum, it's the only home we found. Throw it all loose, let the load and rise. We burn off the weed under wide open sky. We ride. Through the doors right, we rise. Let it all fly, alive. Deep in the drum shine, the only home we know. and I finally let it in. I kept the shutters closed so long. Tonight I throw them to the wind. I spent so many nights with the lamp turned low and the door pulled tight. Sure, the warm was for the others, never meant for me. Tonight, but the bass came up through the floorboards and it knocked the latches free. Strangers turn their faces up to the same white gleam as me. Light floods the room and I come undone. Every dark corner remembers the sun. I was a house with the windows all shut. Now the warm pours in, there's no closing up. Pour it all in, let it rise, let it climb. I was cold for so long. The smaller rooms, folded up my brightest part and called the shadow home. But the night hiding isn't scary, it's the widest I have been. And every light I shut away is pouring back in through my skin. The drum keeps saying you are golden, you don't have to earn the day. Just open every window in you and let the morning have its way. Light floods the room and I come undone. Every remembers the sun. I was a house with the windows all shut. Now the warm pours in and there's no closing up. Pour it all in, let it rise, let it climb. I was cold for so long. Now I'm burning with light, burning with light, burning with light. Let it pour. Let it grow, feel it glow. Open up, reach the climb, burning bright tonight. So here's to every window I painted black to keep me safe. Here's to all the warm I turned away, afraid of my own blaze. Is the girl who thought the brightness was for somebody else. I'm taking her into the open room. Her hands go still the moment the gold spills over all she felt. And if you've kept your shutters drawn, afraid of your own blow, turn around, the whole floor's lit with faces, letting their morning show. I don't need to earn the light, I just need to let it through. Everything I dimmed in me was always burning, always true. So open, open, let the whole bright morning in with me. Light floods the room and I come undone. Every dark corner remembers the sun. I was a house with the windows all shut. Now the warm pours in and there's no closing up. Pour it all in, let it rise, let it climb. I was cold for so long, now I'm burning with light. Morning's a long way off and the whole night swings open like a door. I had a stillness in these legs that I cannot hold anymore. I spent a year of quiet evenings with my pulse dialed down to low, counting up the streets I'd never walk, the corners I'd never go. But the kick comes up through the pavement, and it knocks me off the ground. And the year of holding still just breaks the second I catch that sound. My lungs go wide, my feet won't wave, the slow years crack, I'm wide awake. So I run the whole block, let the dark turn to gold. I stood still for so long, now I'm out of the cold. Every window I pass throws its light on the street, and the man who stood frozen can't keep up with my feet. The city pours by like a river of sound, till the running and me are the only thing found. Run the whole block, go, go, feel it right, street light burning in my eyes, fast enough, and don't slow down, the whole wide night's the only ground. Go, go, feel it right, go, go, feel it right, go, go, feel it right. I used to watch the runners from a window pulled half shut, told myself the open road was meant for braver hearts than what I had pressing in my chest. But the bass walks up my spine, and every door I never open swings behind me down the line. I'm not chasing where I'm going, I am just done standing still. The night's 100 streets of yes, and I am gonna run them all until so I run the whole block, let the dark turn to gold. I stood still for so long, now I'm out of the cold. Every window I pass throws its light on the street, and the man who stood frozen can't keep up with my feet. The city pours by like a river of sound, till the running and me are the only thing found. Go, 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 feel it climb, my hope still alive, left behind. Faster now, the streets ignite, running headlong into the light. Go, 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 feel it climb, go, 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 feel it climb. Somewhere back there is the version of me that stayed inside, counting all the reasons that the safe and quiet life was right. I am not angry at him now, I just outran him in the dark, left him at the corner where the streetlights throw their spark. And if you got a stillness in your legs you cannot name, turn the corner with me, the whole block's running, come and feel the same. I don't know the streets ahead and I don't care where they go. The only thing that's hurting now is standing still and slow. So we run, we run, we run, we run, let the whole bright block go gold with us. Now we run the whole block, let the dark turn to gold. We stood still for so long, now we're out of the cold. Every window we pass throws its light on the street, and the ones who stood frozen can't keep up with our feet. The city pours by like a river of sound, till the running and us are the only thing found. So we run the whole block, let the dark turn to gold. We were still for so long, now we're out of the cold. Every window we pass throws its light on the street, and there is nobody frozen who can keep up with our feet. The city pours by like a river of sound, till the running and us are the only thing found. Run the whole block, and when the morning catches up and lays its gold across the stone, I'll still be out here running, and I'll never run alone. The whole block and the dark turned gold. I spend my whole life pushing back against the way things go, gripping every current like the letting loose would sink me low. My hands will always fist around the thing I couldn't hold. Wide knuckle through the easy days, afraid of being told to loosen. But the water doesn't argue with the stone. It just goes around and somehow gets there, somehow gets home. I built myself a wall of all the things I would not lose, and stood there guarding nothing while the river found its use. So I've been like the water, I stopped holding the line. What I fought for years to carry, I am laying down tonight. The hard things I clenched were heavier than they seem, and the softer I go, the further I'm carried downstream. I'm not breaking, I'm bending, I am learning how to flow. The tighter I held, the more slipped through. Now I open and go. Let it move, oh, let it come, soft and slow. I am not numb, open hands, open chest. The river takes me, I can rest. They told me to be solid like a wall against the tide. Hold position, plant my feet, keep everything inside. But the wall just takes the beating while the water slips on past. The things that bend, they make it, and the rigid ones don't last. So I drop my shoulders down below the weight I had to bear, and the breath I held for years came loose like it was always there. The rocks that fought the hardest are the ones the current wore, and the reeds that bend down low are standing softer than before. So I bend like the water, I stop holding the line. What I fought for years to carry, I am laying down tonight. The hard things I clenched were heavier than they seem, and the softer I go, the further I'm carried downstream. I'm not breaking, I'm bending, I am learning how to flow. The tighter I held, the more slipped through. Now I open and go. Let it move, oh, let it ride. Softness open in my eyes, open hands, open way. I don't fight the flow today. Somewhere I was taught that being strong meant never giving in, that the second I unclenched my grip, the losing would begin. But I lost more in the holding than I ever lost let loose, and the current that I feared so long is gentle, is the truth. And if you've held a thing so tight your hands forgot to feel, turn them over, let the water in. It's softer and it's real. The strongest thing I ever did was finally come unclenched and trust the pull that carried me to everywhere I'd missed. I don't have to win against the river anymore. The bending was the strength, the soft was what I'm for. So I bend, and the water carries all of us home. So we bend like the water, we stop holding the night. But we fought for years to carry, we are laying down holding through. Like the water, and you carry me home. I have been standing on the surface of this thing too long, holding my breath at the edge of it, pretending I was strong. But the baseline finds the hollow place I keep beneath my ribs, and it pulls a slow and heavy pull I am too far gone to resist. I spent so long afraid of going under, staying shallow, staying dry. Now the deep is calling up my name, and I am done asking why I traded the same thin water for the better part of years. Too scared of what was underneath to let it pass my fears. The pulse goes low, the room goes wide, the warmth's a fire I can't hide. So pull me down deep, where the slow heat lives. I'm tired of the shallow, take all that I can give. The further it pulls me, the closer I feel to the shore. I was cold on the surface, now I'm burning for more. Don't let me surface, let the low end hold me down, where the loud world quiets and the deep just takes me down. Pull me down, deep down, down, let it rise. Deep heat burning behind my eyes, hold me under, hold me near. The only thing I want is here. I used to think that depth was something dangerous to me. All the years I kept it shallow so that I would still feel free. But free was just another word for never going in, never letting anything get all the way beneath my skin. Now the subbase walks the spine of me, and I release my hold on the surface I was clinging to. I want the undertow, the code I called my safety was just distance kept in place, and the warm I would not reach for is the deep I now embrace. The pulse goes low, the dark gets wide. I'm done fighting the pull inside. So pull me down deep, where the slow heat lives. I'm tired of the shallow, take all that I can give. The further it pulls me, the closer I feel to the shore. I was cold on the surface, now I'm burning for more. Don't let me surface, let the low end hold me down, where the loud world quiets and the deep just takes me down. Down, down, let it climb, deeper than the edge of time. Hold me under, hold me slow. The only way I want is low. Somewhere up there is the man who kept it all at arm's length. Called the holding back a virtue, called the surface kind of strength. But the deep was never under me to swallow water harm. It was the place that I am from, the warm beneath the warm. And if you stayed up on the surface, scared of going under too, let the low and find your hollow place. It's warmer down here, it's true. The bottom isn't where you're lost, it's where you finally breathe. It's everything I ran from and the only thing I need. I'm not scared of the deep, I'm scared of staying dry. The one I kept beneath my ribs was always meant to rise. So pull me, let the whole deep heat take all of us down. So pull me down deep, deep, where the slow heat lives. I'm tired of the shallow, take all that I can give. The further it pulls me, the closer I feel to the shore. I was cold on the surface, now I'm burning for more. Don't let me surface, And when the morning pulls me up to where the shadow waters lie, I'll carry all the deep I found. I won't go back to dry. Pull me down deep, and the dark was warm. We burned it all down to the ground and called it the end of us.
I kept a coal in my two hands through all of that ash and dust.
I thought the cold had won for good. I thought the warm was gone.
But I blew on what was left of it, and somehow it caught on.
And what we thought was over was just sleeping in the grave. One ember in the ruin of it was waiting for the day.
I walked back through the wreck of it, expecting only stone, but the ground was warm beneath my feet.
We never were alone. So up from the ashes, the two of us rise.
Out of the cold and the gray into life.
We thought we were over, we thought we were through.
But the fire remembered me, the fire remembered you. What fell to the ground gets to stand up again.
Up from the ashes,
We are burning and we win.
out of the grave.
Ash to ember, night to day. We rise, the fire's back behind our eyes. They said that what gets broken can't be put back like before.
Maybe that is true, but broken things can still be more.
The cracks are where the new heat comes, the place the light gets through.
We don't go back to what we were, we go to something new.
So don't you mourn the burn and don't you grieve the ground we lost. The field is black with ashes is the richest thing to cross. The rain will come and find it, and the green will have its say. And everything we thought was dead was only
Stored away. So up from the ashes, the two of us rise.
out of the cold and the gray into life.
We were over, we thought we were through.
But the fire remembered me, the fire remembered you. What fell to the ground gets to stand up again.
Up from the ashes,
We are burning and we win. Feel it climb
out of the dark.
a second time. It's two coals lighting up the sky.
Counted up the things we lost and let the number grow.
But I started counting embers and I lost the need to know.
The cold can take the leaves of us, the cold can take the bloom.
But the root was always under it, just waiting for the root.
And if you stood inside your own burned field and called it through,
Look down, there's a coal beneath the ash, and it's been there for you.
so blow on what is left of it, however small it seems.
The smallest coal can wake a field, can light 1,000 dreams.
We are not the wreck behind us,
We are everything that grew.
up from the gray and in the gold.
The two of us made new.
I thought I lost you in the smoke,
I thought we'd never come back around,
but I found your hand in all the gray. And
I am not setting it down.
so up,
We rise.
let the whole burn field go green and go with us. So up from the ashes, the two of us rise.
Out of the I kept the old scar covered for so long, tucked beneath my sleeve, afraid that if you saw the mark you'd see a thing to leave. I thought it was the proof of all the places I had failed, the map of every time I broke the story I'd curtailed. But the scar's the only part of me that knows the way back through. It speaks before my mouth can, and the thing it says is true. I spent a decade learning how to keep it out of sight, and a single honest evening learning it was mine to write. So the scar speaks first. Before I say a word, it knows the road by heart. It's the truest thing I've heard. What broke me to the bone is the thing that points me home. The wound became the compass. I don't walk these roads alone. I hid it for so many years. Now I let it lead the way. The scar speaks first, and it's the bravest thing I say. They tell you time will close it up and leave no trace behind, like the goal is to forget it, like the healing makes you blind. But I don't want the smoothing over, don't want it gone for good. The scar is where I learned the things that comfort never could. It taught me where my edges are, it taught me how I've been. It's not the thing that broke me, it's the reason I can mend. The soft skin never knew a thing, the wounded skin that found. The place that healed the roughest is the place I stand my ground. The old mark aches, but the ache is wise. It knows the truth behind my eyes. So the scar speaks first. Before I say a word, it knows the road by heart. It's the truest thing I've heard. What broke me to the bone is the thing that points me home. The wound became the compass. I don't walk these roads alone. I hid it for so many years. Now I let it lead the way. The scar speaks first, and it's the bravest thing I say. Speak, oh, speak, let it show. The old scar knows which way to go. Mark on me, oh, lead me on. What hurt the most is what made me strong. Somewhere I believe that being whole meant being unmarked and clean, that the people worth the loving were the ones who'd never been broken open like I've been. But the cracked ones understand, they read the map of one another, scar to scar and hand to hand. And if you've kept your own mark covered, scared of what they'd see, turn your wrist up to the light. The thing that broke you sets you free. The mark you tried to bury is the truest word you've got. It tells them who you are out loud before you say you thought I'd stop being ashamed of every place I came undone. The scar's not where I ended, it's where the healing first begun. So speak, speak first. Let the old marks light the way for all of us. So our scars speak first. Before we say a word, they know the road by heart. They're the truest thing we've heard. What broke us to the bone is the thing that points us home. The wounds became the compass.
name somebody called me once, so wrong from way behind the line. I held it like it kept me safe, this stone against my chest. But the tide came up around my feet and asked me for the rest. So I knelt down at the waterline where the dark and silver meet, and I started handing over everything I didn't need to keep. The cold stone in my pocket that I carried like a vow, I turned it in my fingers once, then handed it to the now. The water pools, my hands come loose. I set it down, I cut it loose. So I hand it to the tide, let the water take it out. All the weight I never chose, all the leftover doubt. The things I gripped the hardest were the heaviest to hold, and the lighter that I get, the more of me I know. I'm not losing what I'm giving, I am handing back the stone. Hand it to the tide and walk the shoreline home. Take it out, no more weight to drag about. Send it down, oh, with the tide, lighter now, and open wide. I thought that holding on was how a person stayed alive, that every grudge and every loss was something to archive. But the arms that won't release a thing can't open up to hold the new thing, or the warm thing, or a hand to have unfold. So I'm giving up the keeping, I am opening the fist. The tide knows where to take it, and I won't be holding this. The fist I made to keep me safe was keeping me apart from every warm and open thing that wanted in my heart. So I hand it to the tide, let the water take it out. All the weight I never chose, all the leftover doubt. The things I gripped the hardest were the heaviest to hold, and the lighter that I get, the more of me I know. I'm not losing what I'm giving, I am handing back the stone. Hand it to the tide and walk the shoreline home. Take it home, carry it far, out past where the breakers are. Send it down, whoa, let it ride, light away, the morning tide. Somewhere out past the breakers is the weight I dragged for years, the name that wasn't mine to keep dissolving with my fears. I don't go out to grab it back, I let the current win. The shoreline that I'm standing on is where my life begins. And if you've held a stone so long your hand forgot the rest, walk down to where the water comes and hand it back and be the bliss. The water doesn't judge the weight, it only takes it on. It carries what you couldn't, and by morning it is gone. I don't need to carry proof of every place I've been. The hands I finally open let the whole wide morning in. So take it, let Oh, hey. Oh, I learned to love with this clothes once, afraid you'd slip away.
And I held on so tight to you, I squeezed the air away.
We gripped each other like a thing that someone meant to steal.
And the tighter that we held, the less of each we got to feel.
So we're trying something braver now, a love without a cage. We're holding with our hands wide open, off the gripping page. I built 100 little locks to keep you close to me.
But locks just teach the loving heart the shape of wanting free.
No chains, no lock, no clenched up hold. Just open hands and open goals. So hold me, hands open, nothing caged and nothing tight.
The only way to keep you is to never grip too tight.
I'm not afraid to lose you in the loosening of the hold.
The open hand's the only one that gets to have and hold. Love me like the morning, free to come and free to stay. Hold me, hands open,
and I'm never
going away. Open, open,
open wide.
nothing caged and nothing denied.
Hold
me near, free to go and still right here.
yeah. They taught us love was holding on, was never letting slack, was keeping score and keeping close and watching for the crack.
But the love that grips the hardest is the love that wears it thin.
The open hands where trust begins, where two can both come in. So I won't hold you like a prize that someone's gonna take.
I'll hold you like the dawn.
I trust to rise for its own sake.
The dawn don't need a cage to come, it rises on its own.
And that's the way I love you now.
Wide open, fully grown.
No chains, no lock, no jealous hold.
Just open hands and warming goals. So hold me, hands open.
Nothing caged and nothing tight.
The only way to keep you is to never grip too tight.
I'm not afraid
To lose you,
in the loosening of the hold.
the open hand's the only one that gets to have and hold. Love me like the morning, free to come and free to stay. Hold me, hands open.
And I'm never going away. Somewhere there's the man I was, who held love like a fist.
So scared of what he'd lose someday, he'd crush the thing he kissed.
I'm not that grip of fear tonight, I'm steady and I'm sure.
The open hand that trembles less is what the love is for.
So if you love with clenching hands, afraid of every door,
Try the open palm a while.
it holds so much more.
The love I almost strangled gets to breathe and grow. The looser that I hold it now, the surer that I know.
No chains to keep you,
None to break, just love away, away.
I don't have to cage the thing I love to know that it is mine.
The open hand you put in mine was the surest kind of sign.
So hold me, hands wide open, and we'll never
come undone. So hold me, hands open, nothing caged and is finally laying itself down flat across the field, and everything it tore gets a chance to start to heal. I stood out in the howling for so long I learned its sound. Forgot there was a quiet underneath the roaring ground. But the storm has spent its anger, and the air is soft and clear. And the loudest thing inside me now is just how glad I'm here. I'd braced against the gust so long my shoulders learned to lean. I forgot a body could go soft, forgot what calm could mean. And now the stillness asks for nothing, only that I stay and let the quiet do the mending in its own slow way. So after the wind dies, I can hear my own heart again. The quiet isn't empty, it's the warmth that follows pain. The noise I thought was living was the storm I had to weather. Now the stillness holds me closer than the wind I held together. I'm not lonely in the quiet, I am finally let in. After the wind dies, that's when my life begins. I feared the silence once, I thought it meant that I'd been left, that the only proof of being loved was noise that filled the cleft. But the quiet after weather is the kindest thing I know. It's the field deciding what to keep, the rest dissolving slow. The hush came in and found me, and it didn't ask me why. It just sat down in the wreckage and it taught me how to dry. The things the wind had scattered settled gentle to the ground, and none of it was lost for good, it all was still around. I picked the pieces up by hand in the soft and even light. So after the wind dies, I can hear my own heart again. The quiet isn't empty, it's the warmth that follows pain. The noise I thought was living was the storm I had to weather. Now the stillness holds me closer than the wind I held together. I'm not lonely in the quiet, I am finally let in. After the wind dies, that's where my life begins. Hush, 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 let it come, soft and warm, the storm is done. Quiet now, hold me here, the storm is gone and so's the fear. Somewhere up past the broken fence, the wind is someone else's now. It found another field to cross, another bending bough. I don't go chasing after it, I don't miss the noise it made. I'm learning all the things you only hear once the storm has stayed. And if you're standing in your own torn field, ears ringing from the gale, wait for the wind to lie back down. The quiet's where you'll heal, the field remembers how to grow. The second it's not torn, so do I and so do you. The calm is where we're born, just wait there in the after hush and let it do its part. For all those years I braced myself for the next big gust to come, but the bravest thing I ever did was sit still in the calm. So hush, hush now, let the quiet hold us all the way home. So after the wind dies, so after the wind dies, we can hear our hearts again. Quiet isn't empty, the quiet isn't empty, it's the warmth that follows pain. The noise we thought was living was the storm we had to weather. Now the stillness holds us closer than the wind we held together. We're not lonely in the quiet, we are finally let in. After the wind dies, that's where our lives begin. And when the morning lifts up gold across the resting field, I'll be sitting in the stillness with my every fracture healed. After the wind died, the quiet brought me home.
I'm awake and there is nobody here. For the first time in my life, that doesn't fill me up with fear. I once needed the noise of someone breathing down the hall to know that I was real at all, to keep me standing tall. But tonight, the quiet sat right down and poured itself a chair. And I found out that being alone and lonely on a bed, the empty rooms I'd always dread, became a kind of friend, a place where nobody was asking me to bend. I sat there with my own two thoughts and let the night roll on. Just me and the low warm hum, and I don't feel like I'm missing one. So I got company in the quiet, I am good here on my own. The empty chair beside me doesn't feel like being alone. I once dreaded the silence, now it's where I am most free. The deep end of the midnight is the best of company. I'm now waiting for a knock to make the night feel right. Company in the quiet, and I'm easy through the night. Easy, oh, easy now. No one here and that's allowed. Just a hum, oh, in the night. Me and quiet, and it's right. I called it loneliness for years, this room without a sound. Turned the TV up to drown the way the silence wrapped around. But somewhere in the small hours I stopped running from the still, and the quiet stopped being a hole and started being a will. Now I pour myself a coffee at an hour with no name, and the solitude that scared me is the warmest kind of flame. I don't reach for the phone now just to fill the quiet air. I let the silence keep me company and meet me there. The room that felt so empty is the fullest place I've been. Just me and the low warm hum, and I am whole, not halfway done. So I got company in the quiet, I am good here on my own. The empty chair beside me doesn't feel like being alone. I once dreaded the silence, now it's where I am most free. The deep end of the midnight is the best of company. I'm now waiting for a knock to make the night feel right. Company in the quiet, and I'm easy through the night. Easy, oh, easy, why? No one here, the night's my guide. Just a hum, oh, in the deep. Being quiet, mine to keep. Couldn't sit inside a room without somebody filling it. Afraid of all that empty gloom, I tell him that the quiet isn't absence, it's a friend, the one that's always with you. The place you can't be left in the end. And if you lie awake at night, afraid of all the space, let the quiet pull a chair up, it's the kindest kind of grace. You don't need a crowded room to prove you're worth the space. The night alone can hold you like a warm, familiar place. Just stay there in the small hours till the lonely turns to gold. So we've got company in the quiet, we are good here on our own. The empty chair beside us doesn't feel like being alone. We once dreaded the silence, now it's where we are most free. The deep end of the midnight is the best of company. We're now waiting for a knock to make the night feel right. Company in the quiet, and we're easy through the night. When the morning slips in gray across the quiet room, I wanna miss a single soul.
there's been a static, a crowd of other voices telling me who I should be, narrowing my choices. I turned them up so loud I couldn't hear the one beneath, the small clear voice that's been in me since before I learned to speak. But tonight I turned the volume down on everything outside, and the quiet had a voice in it I'd spent my whole life trying to hide. I'd fill my days with other people's wanting and their words, till I could not have told you which of all the songs were birds and which were just the static I had let become my own. So the quiet has a name, and the name it has is mine. It was under all the noise the whole long time. The voice I kept on drowning out was the only one that's true. The quiet isn't empty, it's the deepest part of you. I stopped listening to the crowd now I hear the still small flame, and the silence where I found it. The quiet has a name, listen, oh listen close. The one voice that matters most under the noise, deep and true. The quiet has a name and it's you. I spent so many years rehearsing what the crowd would want to hear, performing for the static till I couldn't find me anywhere. The voices weren't even cruel, just loud and never mine. 100 shoulds and oughts that drew a life along the line. But the truest things don't shout at you, they wait beneath the din, till you finally turn the noise all down and let the quiet in. I practiced being everyone except the one I am, performed until I half believed the costume and the sham. But the borrowed life never fit me right, it pinched in every seam. The crowd goes still, the static clears, and the one true voice is all I hear. So the quiet has a name, and the name it has is mine. It was under all the noise the whole long time. The voice I kept on drowning out was the only one that's true. The quiet isn't empty, it's the deepest part of you. I stopped listening to the crowd, now I hear the still small flame, and the silence where I found it. The quiet has a name. Somewhere underneath the noise I made to keep from being still, there was always a small certainty, a quiet kind of will. I don't need the crowd to tell me now which way my life should bend. The voice beneath was right the whole time, faithful to the end. And if you've drowned your own clear voice in everybody else's roar, turn it all down to nothing. The quiet's what you're listening for. The voice was never gone at all, just buried under noise. It waited like a patient friend beneath the borrowed voice, and all it ever asked of me was room enough to speak. I spent so long afraid of who I'd be without the noise, but the silence didn't empty me, it handed back my voice. So listen, listen close, let the quiet name us all the way home. So the quiet has a name, and the names it has are ours. It was under all the noise through all those hours. The voice we kept on drowning out was the only one that's true. The quiet isn't empty, it's the deepest part of you. We stopped listening to the crowd, now we hear the still small flame, and the silence where we found it. The quiet has a name, and when the morning comes with gold, and all the static's gone, I'll still be hearing that small voice and quietly moving on. The quiet has a name, the name it had was mine.
down on the floor of the deep tonight, as low as a soul can go. There's no more floors beneath this one, just the dark and the heavy and slow. I stopped pretending I was fine, somewhere around the 3rd floor down. And the rest of the way I just let go and let the dark walk me to the ground. So here I am on the floor of the deep, hands open on the cold. This is the lowest I have been, and the truest thing I hold. I'm not praying to be lifted up, I'm praying to be here on the floor of the deep, where there's nothing left to fear. And the bass comes up through the stone, like a pulse I can't put down, down at the bottom of it all. I'm finally on the ground, down low, down to the floor, the place I was always headed for. Deep, oh, deep and slow. The floor of the deep is the one truth I know. I always thought the bottom was a place where you'd be crushed, but it held me like a pair of hands. It held me and it hushed all the falling. Stop down here, there's no more down to go, just the warm, dark and the heavy beat, and the deepest thing I know. I knelt the way you kneel when there is nowhere else to kneel, and the floor that I had feared so long turned out to be real. The cold is real, but so's the fire. The floor goes deep, and so does the desire. So here I am on the floor of the deep, hands open on the cold. This is the lowest I have been, and the truest thing I hold. I'm not praying to be lifted out, I'm praying to be here on the floor of the deep, where there's nothing left to fear. There, and the bass comes up through the stone, like a pulse I can't put down, down at the bottom of it all. I'm finally on the ground. There's a kind of fire that only lights once you have lost it all, the one that doesn't roar at you, the one that waits for the fall. I thought I'd find an emptiness, a cold and final stone, but the floor of the deep was warm with all the ones who'd come down alone. And I pressed my open hands to it, the way you'd warm them at a flame. And somewhere far below the bottom, the heat began to name my name. I'm not in a hurry to climb back up, I'll spend my whole life on the run. Down here the running finally stops, down here there's nothing to outrun. Every weight I drag down, all these floors I set it on the stone. And the deep took all of it from me, and it did not leave me alone. So let the night stay long as it wants, I got the warmest dark to keep, and a floor that holds me like a steady hand at the bottom of the deep. I stopped asking the dark to end, I asked it to hold me instead. And the floor that I had dreaded all my life pressed warm against my chest. And far off, up past all this dark, a thin gray edge began to climb. So I wait here on the floor of the deep till the deep gives back the light. So here I am on the floor of the deep, hands open on the cold. This is the lowest I have been.
been long tonight, but something in the air just changed. The cold went thin and pale and blue. The whole night rearranged. No sun yet, not a line of gold. The world is still all gray, but I can feel it in my chest. There's something on its way. The birds aren't singing yet, the sky's still deep, but the dark's not heavy now. It's about to break its sleep. This is the hour before the first light, the blue before the gold. The cold is still is part of the night, right before it's told. I made it through the longest dark, and I am standing here before the first light, before the dawn, and the morning's drawing near. Hold on with me through the last of it. The gray is going to break. The hour before the first light is the promised day we'll wait. Before the light, the bluest last part of the night. Hold on, hold the line. The first light's coming, give it time. I have learned to read the dark, I know its colors well. The heavy black of the deepest hour, the gray where the cold things dwell. And I know this thin and pale and blue, I have waited for it before. It's the color the night turns right at the end, the color outside the door. I'm not at the morning yet, but I can taste it on the air. The long night did not break me down. Look, I'm still standing here. This is the hour before the first light, the blue before the gold. The cold is still is part of the night, right before it's told. I made it through the longest dark, and I am standing here before the first light, before the dawn, and the morning's drawing near. Hold on with me. Through the last of it, the gray is going to break. The hour before the first light is the promised day we'll wait. To anyone still in the dark tonight, with the cold against your face, this is the hour. It always feels the longest and the closest to the day's first trace. Don't you give the night your name right. When the blue begins to climb, the dark is never darker than the hour. It's running out of time. I held on through 100 nights that swore they'd never end, and every single one of them gave way to the light again. I have stood at this same edge of dark 100 times before, and every single time the gray gave way and the gold came through the door. So I trust it now, the way you trust a thing you've watched come true. The night has never kept the morning from me, and it won't keep it from you. Just a little longer in the cold, just hold the line with me. The first pale gold is on the rim of it. Look up now, you can see. I won't pretend the night was kind, I won't pretend I wasn't scared, but I stayed awake right to the edge of it, and the edge is almost there. Look far off along the rim of the dark, a single thin line starts to glow. So hold on with me one more hour. The first light's about to show. This is the hour before the first light, the blue turn into gold. The cold is still is part of the night, right before it's told. Hold on, the grave's going to be standing right here facing east, waiting on the sun before the first light. I held on and the morning came. And the morning came.
So long, I called it the end of the line. A flat dead wall in front of me, I'd given up trying to climb. But I put one palm against it tonight, and I leaned in with my chest. And the black it gave an inch and groaned. It was a door like all the rest. So push the dark open, set your shoulder to the seam, lean your whole weight on the night, and feel it give like a dream. It gave like a heavy door, it was hinged the whole way through. What you took for the end of the road swings wide and lets you through. And the drums roll up behind you like a flood that's breaking free. So put your shoulder in and walk into what's meant to be. Push, lean on the night, so it gives. Oh, the dark's a door that lives. Push, put your weight in and so walk through, and the whole black night swings wide for you. Felt the hinge of it for the first time, deep and low and slow. The kind of give you only feel when you finally let go. All the years I spent just staring at it, counting up its size. I never once put a hand to it, I never thought to try. But the second that I pushed for real, the whole dark leaned away, like it had been a door this whole time, waiting for the day. Come on now, shoulder to the black, all our weight is one. The dark gives way to the ones who push, and we have just begun. So push the dark open, set your shoulder to the seam, lean your whole weight on the night, and feel it give like a dream. It gave like a heavy door, it was hinged the whole way through. What you took for the end of the road swings wide and lets you through. And the drums roll up behind you like a flood that's breaking free. So put your shoulder in and walk into what's meant to be. Walk on through. Not the only shoulder pressing hard against the black. All down the dark, the hands are flat, all pushing forward, none turning back. One by one the hinges break, one by one the doorways clear. A whole crowd walking out of the night, not one walks in fear. What I took for being walled out was a doorway all along, and everybody coming through the dark is carrying the same song. And the door that I leaned on alone has 100 shoulders on it now. The whole black giving way at once, and not one of us asking how. We just push and the night swings wide, and the heat comes rolling through. Every wall we swore would hold forever turn into a door we move into. So put your shoulder next to mine and lean with all your weight. The dark was always gonna give, we only had to push the gate. The last one's giving way, everything we pushed through, and the dark was getting us ready for today. So all of us one shot. dark open. So push the dark open. Set your shoulder to the sea. Lean your whole weight on the night. Oh, oh. And feel it give like a dream. And it gave like a heavy door. It was hinged the whole way through. What we took for the end of the road swings wide and lets us through. And the drums roll up behind us, like a flood that's breaking free. We lean on the black. We're through, we're free, and past the last black door. There's no more wall, there's a wide and waiting floor. We're the one who pushed alone all night, won't push alone anymore. Push the dark open and walk on through into the light. Finds mine at the foot of the stairs with the night at its steepest.
And I say we're going all the way up past the part that's always deepest.
So step for step we started to climb, not looking at how far.
Just your hand in my hand, and the drum in the dark, and one far off star.
And the higher that we climbed, the more the whole wide night came clear. Two of us going to the top, and the top is getting near. So it's two to the top tonight.
Your hand and mine.
Step over, step up the dark,
And the drums keep time.
We don't stop at the landing, we don't stop to rest.
Up at the very top of the night now.
And the view is the best.
The higher we go, the louder it gets, the closer the sky.
And we're not coming down till we've touched it,
You and I. Up, up, step by step, to the top.
no looking back yet. Climb
Climb
all the way up,
all the way up.
one step at a time.
My legs were tired 100 steps ago, but I didn't want to stop.
'Cause every step I took with you got us closer to the top.
In the dark that was so heavy, down below got thin and clear and bright.
Up here you can see the whole of it, the whole spread out night.
So don't you let go of my hand now. We're almost at the crown.
Two to the top of everything.
Too high to be brought down. So it's two to the top tonight.
Your hand in mine.
Step over, step up the dark, and the drums keep time. We don't stop at the landing,
We don't stop to rest.
up at the very top of the night now.
And the view is the best.
The higher we go, the louder it gets, the closer the sky.
And we're not coming down till we've
Touched it, you and I.
alone for years and quit before the top.
But with your hand in mine tonight, there's not a chance we stop.
The last stretch is the steepest one, the air is thin and cold.
So lean on me and I'll lean on you, and together we'll be bold.
And look how far below us now, the dark place that we came from sits.
Two to the top of the whole wide night.
And this is the highest it gets. The steps are getting steeper now, but I can see the top from here.
And every step I climbed with you burned off another year of fear.
We left the heavy dark below, we're with you.
So up to the top, one last climb, and we're standing on the crown of the whole bright night.
So it's two to the top tonight.
Your hand in mine.
Step over, step up the dock.
And the drums keep time.
We didn't stop at the landing. We didn't stop to rest.
Up at the very top of the night now. When we passed every test, the higher we got, the louder we got, and now we've touched the sky and we made it all the way. You and I,
I'm standing here on top of it,
the whole night.
down below,
Your hand's still warm inside of mine.
too high,
To set it down,
to the top,
your hand in mine.
and we touch the sky. I held it down for years. The one thing I would never say. I swallowed it 1,000 times and choked it back each day. But the whole calm life on top of it, a lid on a rolling sea. But tonight the pressure hit the scene, and the truth tore out of me. No more holding, no more lid, no more keeping it pressed down low. It's been clawing at the inside of me, and now I'm letting it go. And the truth breaks loose like a river through a wall. Everything I buried deep comes pouring out of it all. It tears the whole lid clean off. There's no holding on. I've been quiet for a lifetime, and tonight the quiet's gone. Let it roll, let it flood. Let it shake the whole night through. The truth breaks loose in me tonight, and finally I am true. Break it loose. No more falling back to truth. Raw. Let it pour. Hey, what I buried rose once more. I was so good at keeping it, the model of a calm and easy man. Nobody knew the pressure of the thing I held the way I can. I smiled across the dinners and I nodded through the years. And underneath the table, both my fists were full of all my fears. But a dam can only hold so long against a rising weight. And tonight the whole thing gave at once, and I'm done being too late. No more swallowing it down, no more lit, no more scene. The truth's been screaming under me, now let it tear the dream. And the truth breaks loose like a river through a wall. Everything I buried deep comes pouring out of it all. Yeah, it tears the whole lid clean off. There's no holding on. I've been quiet for a lifetime, and tonight the quiet's gone. Let it roll, let it flood. Let it shake the whole night through. The truth breaks loose in me tonight, and finally I am true. And finally I'm true. Let it break everything I buried away. Let it pour. I'm not holding it down anymore. And once the first of it breaks loose, the rest comes all at once. Every buried year of it, every silence, every hunch. I thought the truth would sink me when it finally got out, but it lifted me up off my knees and it burned away the doubt. Turns out the heaviest thing I carried was the lie that kept it down. In the second that the truth broke loose, I stopped about to drown. And I'm not the only dam tonight that finally gave way. Or down the dark, the walls are breaking. All the truths we never say, one by one the seams give out. The whole black flood breaks free, and the night fills up with people letting loose what good truth breaks loose like a river through a wall. Everything we buried deep comes pouring out of it all. It tears the whole lid clean off. There's no holding on. We've been quiet for a lifetime, and tonight the quiet's gone. Let it roar, let it flood. Let it shake the whole night through. The truth breaks loose tonight, and finally we're true. There's no putting it back now. The wall is gone for good. I said the thing I never say, and the night here understood. The truth broke loose, and finally I'm true.
I carried a name my whole life that some other people gave. A label and a role and a shape of who I was supposed to behave. I held it in my fist so tight that both my knuckles went too wide. Till somewhere in the truth tonight, I felt my fingers come loose from the grip. And the name that I had clutched so hard left grooves across my palm. I opened up my hands at last, and the night went wide and calm. So let the name go, open up your hands. The one they pinned on you so young was never who you are. Let the name go. It was heavy as a stone, and the second that you set it down, you're lighter than you've known. I'm not the label, not the role, not the shape they made us hold. I'm the warm thing underneath it all. So let the name go. Open wide. Set the heavy name aside. Loose and free. Let the name go and just be me. They hand you a name when you're too small to know to say no. The good girl, the strong one, the one who never let it show. And you wear it till it grows into your skin, and you forget that it was something handed to you. Not the truest thing you get, but a name is just a coat. Somebody buttoned on you in the cold. You can open every button now. You don't have to keep the hole. So let the name go. Open up your hands. The one that been on you so young was never who you are. Let the name go. It was heavy as a stone, and the second that you set it down, you're lighter than you've known. I'm not the label, not the role, not the shape they made me hold. I'm the warm thing underneath it all. So let the name go. Lighter, lighter now. The weight slid off somehow, free. Nothing to hold, just the warm thing under the coat. I thought that if I set it down, I wouldn't know my way. That the name was the only thing that told me who I was each day. But the second that my hands came open, something true arose instead of self that didn't need a name to know exactly where it led. Turns out I was never the label, I was always the warm hand that had been clutching it so long it forgot it could just stand. And once the first name fell away, the rest came loose like sand. All the labels stacked up over me, just slipping through my open hand. The daughter, the strong one, the one who cooked the shapes I wore so long. I said of all, the very first one that they gave me. And tonight I let it fall. And my hands are open wide at last, and there's nothing left to hold. So let the name go, all of it, and step into the warm and the gold. So let the name go. Ooh, open up your hand. The ones that pinned on us so young were never who we are. Let the name go. It was heavy as a stone, and the second that you set it down, we're lighter than we've known. We're not the label, not the rope, not the shape they made us hold. We're the warm thing underneath it all. So let the name go, and I don't even miss the weight of it. My hands feel new and free. Whatever name they have for me, I'm just a warm thing underneath. I let the name go, and I'm lighter than I've known. So let the name go. I'm digging down through the ash of me tonight to find an old warm coal. The small bright light I swore went out somewhere deep down in my soul. I went so long and cold and gray, I forgot it was still there. Banked down under all those years, just waiting on some air. But I dug down through the ash tonight, and I found it still aglow. The light I swore was long burned out, I carried it the whole way, I just didn't know. Turns out I carried the spark the whole way through. Through every cold and gray and grief, it was burning low but true. It was burning low in me, I never lost the light. It was banged down deep inside of me, surviving every night. So breathe on it, blow it back to flame, and watch the whole thing climb. I kept it alive this whole long way, and it's catching fire this time. Carried it through, the small warm light that stayed in you. Breathe it back, the spark was never gone, just black. I gave up on more than once, I called it gone for good, left it for dead in the back of me where the coldest winter stood. But a spark that's banked is not a spark that's out. I know that now, it's just a fight that's biding time, waiting to be alive. And all those years I thought were lost, were keeping the cold alive. Underneath the ash and frost, the light learned to survive. So breathe, let the air rush in. The cold that I had given up on is roaring up again. Turns out I carried the spark the whole way through. Through every cold and gray and grief, it was burning low but true. It was burning low in me, I never lost the light. It was banged down deep inside of me, surviving every night. So breathe on it, blow it back to flame, and watch like you lost your light. Somewhere in the cold in the years, dig down through the ash of you, I swear it's still in there. The spark does not go out in us, it only banks down low. It waits beneath whatever fell on it for the day we let it grow. So breathe on what you thought was dead. However faint the glow, the light you carried all along is the brightest thing you know. I spent so long believing that my fire had gone to ash and cold, but it caught the second I breathed on it. It never once let go. So breathe, breathe, every bank down cold and every chest tonight. Let it catch, let it roar, let it climb, let the whole dark blaze up golden, break the night wide open into light. Turns out we carried the spark the whole way through every cold and gray and grief. It was burning low but true. It was burning, it was burning, it was burning low in us. We never lost the light. It was banged down deep inside of us, surviving every night. So breathe on it, blow it back to flame, and watch the whole thing climb. We kept it alive all along, and it's blazing up this time. And the morning's coming up gold now, the fire's caught and high. I carried it through the whole long dark, and it lit the morning sky. I carried the spark the whole long way, and it's blazing now. I carried the spark the whole long way, and it's blazing now.
I'm letting go of holding on to me tonight, and the whole wide room rushes in. The hard edge of who I am goes soft, and I lose myself in all of them. Cause I got lost and found in you, in the all of us tonight. The self I gripped so hard came loose, and I found it in the light. Lost and found in you. The more I disappear, the more me there is to give, the more I'm really here. So let the lonely shape I came in hold and fall away from me. I got lost and found in you, and I'm the truest I can be. Oh, I'm lost in the all of us, and I'm found in every single one of us. I'm gone in the deep and wide, and the more I let go of just me, the more I'm alive. I spend my whole life building walls to keep the shape of me, holding the lines of who I was like that was being free. But the base dissolved the edges, and the dark pulled them apart, and I felt 1,000 strangers breathing somewhere in my heart. Somewhere past the last of all my fear, I stopped being only one. And the night I was so scared of made me into everyone. And it wasn't the end of me at all, it was the widest I have been. So I let the last wall fall away, and I stepped into the all of them. Cause I got lost and found in you, in the all of us tonight. The self I gripped so hard came loose. Every soul out here tonight, let go of something held too tight. Every one of us a small, one cold. The dark is blowing a light, and the drum that held us through the dark never once let go. It kept on under every chest out here, one post pulling like an undertow. So when the whole floor lifts as one, and there's no telling me from you, that's the moment I was made for. And the me I lost just grew, 'cause I got lost and found in you. In the all of us tonight. The self I gripped so hard came loose, and I found it in the light. Lost and found in you. The more I disappear, the more of me there is to give. The more I'm really here, so let the lonely shape I came and hold and fall away from me. I got lost and found in you, and I'm the truest I can be. Lose it. Let the lonely self come apart. Every way we walk and hold it, the night is giving back. We are one in the dark. We walk toward all night long. Every bottle we ever carry, let the night lift it clean. Lost and found, where the lonely one gives in. I got lost and found in you, and we carry each other home. 'Cause we got lost and found in you. In the all of us tonight. The cells we gripped so hard came loose, when we found them in the light. Lost and found in you. The more we disappear, the more of us there is to give. The more we're really here. And the eye that vanished in the dark is everyone, and we're alive.